Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. What is red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Lily would absolutely put a brick in her mouth. All right. I would like to thank the following members for starting a new month. Thank you to Alan Burgess, John Richards, and Kelp C. Reed. All right. Well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Cook, Data, Wharf, Labor, Wharf, like from Star Trek, Birth, Energy, Delivery, Peer, Intelligence, Education, Go Out, Information, Doc, Details, Commerce, and Leftovers. I'd really like to know what Wharf is doing here. Oh, we also have Data. We have Star Trek Next Generation characters. I mean, there's doctors, but okay, so clearly this isn't it, but what is Worf doing? Is it Wolf with a letter changed? This is Doe with a letter changed. Let's hold off on that too, because I'm not immediately seeing what to do there. There's a Captain Cook. Well, that's on my mind. Cook. What are we gonna do for dinner tonight? Well, we could cook, we could get leftovers, we could go out, or we could get delivery. I think that's it. Dinner options, okay. Oh, +2 to green. The shirt meta never fails. All right, still don't know what we're doing with Wharf. I mean, it's a homophone of Wharf, WHARF, kind of. It's not really Wharf, Wharf. I don't know. It depends on how you pronounce it, but how lazy your tongue is. But anyway, I could see that, but these are departments: Department of Intelligence, Energy, Education, Information, Commerce. There's a few of them. So labor as well. I mean, the cabinet positions is what I'm thinking. Well, there's too many of them. So we need to figure out. Well, we've got birth and labor also. I'm not sure if there's more to that. So what isn't a cabinet position? We have 6 of them. We've got peer, wharf. Oh, peer and wharf. Maybe we are homophones of... Yeah, dock. Okay, maybe we are homophones of both stuff. A pier, a wharf, a dock, and a berth. This is like where boats park. Homophones. Homophones are places to park a ship. Okay. We still have a ton of cabinet positions, so we need to find out what the other things are. I mean, data and information and intelligence are kind of synonyms. Details. Okay. So this is... I think this is yellow, so I just kind of want to lock in the blue first. These are departments, cabinet positions, maybe. U.S. cabinet departments. Okay, both. And then these are just synonyms for like data, details, intelligence, information. I don't know. They're going to pick a 5th word as the category name. Findings. Okay. Cool. Well, I figured it out, and actually, I was right about wharf being wharf, kinda. Wharf, wharf. I feel like it's supposed to be a different vowel, but they sound similar enough. May as well call it a homophone. So yeah, they put wharf in and they put data in. But I guess they couldn't figure out how to get 4 Star Trek characters in here. All right, cool. Difficulty, I'm going to give this... I mean, you've got the one away, right? People can chase the departments. So there's going to be some percentage of people chasing the departments because that always happens. So I'm going to say it's a slightly lower solve rate than it should be. So we're going to give it like a 2.3 and a 70% solve rate. I don't know if I'm being too harsh on that. We'll see. What do we got here? Labor and delivery. Yeah. French fries and a Coke. Yay. My wife demanded sushi as soon as she gave birth. Was more than happy to provide. All right. 2 out of 5 difficulty today. 81% solve rate. Okay, so not as many people were chasing that as I thought. 45% making no mistakes at all. Wow, my order was 1 in 399. That is extremely rare for a no mistake ordering. Interesting. So I solved it in a very different way than most. People are finding yellow first, which explains why they're not having to chase the one away on cabinet positions. The things people just aren't finding are the homophones first, but 9% is still relatively high for a purple. Second, it's down to 5%. I guess if you didn't see it first, you're probably not seeing it second, unless you're me. Ever, some people who are losing are getting yellow and nothing else, which is kind of interesting because I guess there's like maybe 7% of people getting nothing because they chase departments. Or maybe I'm just crazy and intelligence and information aren't departments. Oh. Anyway. 5% only yellow, 4% nothing. Okay. We've got 5% yellow green, 2% only green, 2% yellow blue. So mostly people are not able to separate blue and purple. And this is a very US centric piece of trivia there. And then homophones are always tough for people to find because they don't say it out loud like I do. All right, labor, birth, delivery, doc. Yeah, so something to do with giving birth, right? Labor and delivery, birth, doc, sure. Uh, putting education in with yellow, putting intelligence in with the departments. Labor, birth, delivery, go out. Interesting. Wonder what that's all about. Okay, putting doc in with information as well. Okay. Um, people are getting yellow first, green first, blue first, purple first. So people are getting something correct first before the very first mistake. 6% of people are making the baby delivery thing a mistake. Cook data wharf dock. I think this is an attempt to do Star Trek characters. I gave up on that after only Data and Worf were there. Cook is not a character in Star Trek, but I could see someone thinking maybe they were. All right. Well, how did you do? Hello. Let's do the easy and medium pips for Friday, December 19th. Let's play. All right. We have 2 blanks, a blank 3 and a blank 6. So I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. Oh, we need this. We need 2 sixes in here. In fact, this has to just be the 6 6, less than 6. The 5 goes here. 5 3. Okay, and that tells us what we need to do here. All right, just fill it out. Not much to say. I mean, the big thing was the 5 3 had to go here, so this equals was a 3. So I needed to use the only other 3 we had here, and then this blank had to be the blank 6, and then we just filled the last domino in the only orientation that would be less than 5 there. All right, let's do the medium pips. How many 5s do we have? 2 5s, 5 blank, 5 6. How many 3s do we have? Only a singular 3. It's 3 4. What? Okay. If I did the 3 4 this way, I'd have to do the 4 4 here, and now I don't have nearly enough force to finish this equals. 3 4 down would make a lot of sense to add to 9. I can't put the 3 4 up because I don't have enough force for the equal. Okay, so that's forced. So one of the 5s goes here and one of the 5s goes here. This 5 or this 5 is either going to go left or this goes left or both, because I can't have them both go into the same equals. We have a 5 6 and a 5 blank. I have a lot of blanks, so why don't we do 5 blank up, blank blank here, because we know this goes left. Ooh, it was already the correct orientation. This can be the 1 1, this can be blank 1, and then this can be the 4 4. Okay, that just worked out. People are complaining that the medium's been harder than the hard, but I think today's medium was not. I mean, I haven't done the hard yet, but it felt fairly medium to me. How'd you do? Hello, let's do the hard pips for Friday, December 19th. All right. How many 6s do we have? Quite a few. We've got a 2, 3, and 5. Any of those could go into the 7. Although, okay, the 6 is throwing out its digit because we have a nook here that has to go into the 7. Here, this domino adds to 1, so it's going to be blank 1. We only have a single blank, blank 4. So we could do something like this. And then do we have a 5-1 or do we have a 1-1? I mean, the 1-1 could do this. What do I have against what do I have with 5? I have 5-4 and 5-6. I don't know which one's going to go into the 7 or if maybe I doubt they're going into the 6. I think it's going up into the 7. But anyway, I need a 1 here, and it's going to throw out its other digit. We've got a 1-4 and a 1-3. This 10 uses up either a 5-5. I mean, it could just be this 5-5, or it's going to be a 6-4. Ooh. So like something like 6 and 3, you should always suspect if that's going to be a 2-2-2. So I kind of want to do a 6 here. And then do we have a 4-2? We don't actually. We have 4-1. And we have 4-5. 4-5 maybe could go into the 9. What do I have attached to 2? I have 2-3, 2-2. So 2-3. Oh, so I've locked myself into a corner here. No, the 2-2 can just do this. Okay. I need a 5 going up here into the 7. 5-5 or 5-6. I need a domino here going into the 3. This uses a 4. 4-1. I kind of like 4-1 this way, but I also kind of like it down. Do I have a domino that adds to 4? 1-2. Yeah, I have a 1-3. This needs to be a 2. Okay, that's my only 2 that's left. I mean, I'm kind of vibing this. Then the 6 or 6-5 or 6-3 throws out. How am I doing this? I need 5. Maybe. Okay. I don't have a 1 left. I don't think I can add to 7 anymore. I also don't have a 1 left for over here. Okay, so I definitely made a mistake. I need a 1 that isn't connected to this 4. So this 1-3, I think, needs to do that. Maybe the 4-1 goes down. Does that help me? That has to 6. I need a 3 in here. So the 3-2, but I don't have another 1. So maybe I do have to do this. And then the 2-3 would go up. Okay. This still needs to be a domino that adds to 4, and this was the only one. Oh, I have a 2-2 actually. I wonder if this is not 2-2-2. The problem is I only have 3s and higher now, so I definitely can't finish this 6. Darn. Okay. I think I made some assumption that's wrong early on, but I don't know how to fix this. Maybe this 4-5 is wrong. Maybe. Maybe it's not even 6-4. Let's investigate the idea of the 5-5 going here. That completely rearranges this stuff. 9 and 3 could be 3-3-3. Not with the way this is working. Do I have another 1 that could go into this 2 or? 3-6, 6-5. I mean, I feel like some of this fills out, but I don't have a 1 for this 2. Maybe, let's see, this has to be blank 1. It's my only blank, so. Is there a 5-1? No, there wasn't. This opening felt forced. But then from there, it's very open. Let's see, the 1 in here tells us these add to 5. Okay, well, I mean, something's wrong anyway. I think I'm going to have to pull everything out. Let's see if we can refix some of this logic here. I do think the 1 is an in of a sort, because we need to put the blank in it. And the blank 4 can't go into the 2. If the blank 4 went here, I would need a 1-5, and I just don't have a 1-5. And so the blank 4, I think, can only do this. That's its only option. It's not laying that way. It's not going to the 2. It's not going up this way. Okay. Now, I don't have 5, 1. So whatever this 5 is doing is either going into the 6 or into the 7. Maybe it goes into the 6. Do I have a 5, 2? Because that would be convenient. I have 5, 5, and 5, 6. So it can't go into the 6. It has to go up. And I think I ran out of 1s last time. So let's try the 5, 5. And that means we need to use the 2 and then throw out something with the 2. We have 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 6. I doubt we need the 2, 6, but let's hold off on filling that because there are options. Now this has to be 1 into something that go into a 2. And the 2 can only be 1, 1 because we're out of blanks. So this has to be 1, 1. So these were forced. Now this has to be a 1. We have 1, 3, and 1, 4. But it's just throwing out its other digit. So maybe we don't want to throw out a 4. I need a 4 up here. And it feels like we need a 4, 1 up here. So I'm going to, for now, put the 1, 3 there, but we can always swap it out. All right, we could put the 5, 5 vertical. Where did it go? Oh, I used the 5, 5 here. Okay, so we can't do the 5, 5 vertical. And we could do 5, 6, and 5, 4. 5, 4 here would require 2 more 1s to go into the 6 cage. And we just don't have that. In fact, this 4, 1 is going some direction here. I don't know if it goes left or down. It feels like it should be a left. Okay. One of the 2s goes in here, and one of the 2s goes in here. Those are 2 of our 3 2s that are left. One of the 6s throws out. They did not make this easy to logically solve. All right. So I'm thinking this has to be 4, 6 because I don't know how we're doing this 5, 6, and 5, 4 business. Like we're definitely not putting 5, 6 into the 6. We don't have blanks. So like 5, 6 over here, and then 5, 4 here, and these would both have to be 1s, but we're out of 1s. We don't have 2 blanks, so that's not going to work. So it's not going to be 5s. It's going to be 6 and 4. So it uses up a 4. But I used a 4 here, and I used a 4 here. Okay, so I got to do the 4, 5 this way. That's my only choice, or up. So if I do it this way, I need a domino that has to 4. If I do it this way, I need a domino that has to 4. Or I could do 4, 1 down, and then I just need 3 going into something that could go with a 3, like 3. Well, we're out of 1s. How am I going to add to 3 without any 1s? I'm not. 3 has to be 1, 2. So I used up too many 1s already. We know that this uses a 1. We know this uses 2 1s. That's 3 1s. Okay, so the 4, 1 has to go into it. That's my only option. So now I need something that adds to 4. So I guess it's the 2, 2. All right, and then this has to be the 2 something. 2, 3, or 2, 6. All right, let's hold off on that. Now this has to be a 6. We're not putting 6, 5 across. We have to put 6, 3 across. So this has to 3, and it has to be a domino that has to 3. I don't have that. What's going wrong here? Domino that adds to... This is a domino. This is a domino. If only this was a 9 cage, we'd be done. This would have to go here. Turn the 6 upside down and we're done. Let's see. So these add to 3. Do I even have a 1, 2 that could go there? Because otherwise, I mean, I've definitely made a mistake. It's not going to be the 6, 5. I mean, maybe it's the 6, 2. I mean, I need the 2 for that 7. But if this was 6, 2, this could be 2, 2. But then this can't add to 4. What other 5 do I have? I have this 5, 4. And then like, I don't have another 4 now. Okay. Something is wrong with my logic. We're going to redo it. Maybe this time I'll not make the same mistake. So let's count our ones here. There's a 1 in the 1, there's 2 in the 2, and there's 1 in the 3. So that's 4 ones on its own. How many ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That uses up all our ones. So we have no blanks and no ones. They have to go in these somehow. Now, how about let's count our 2s then? We need a 2 in the 3. Is that it? It's only forced to 2 that I know. Do I have 4 2s to put them all on the 6s as well? So how many 2s do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I decide to make the 6 2 2 2, then it's going to use up that. I can make this. Well, the thing is, I don't have any 0s or 1s, so the 6 has to be 2 2 2. That's the minimum I can put in it. I've just proven there's no 0s and 1s left for it, so it has to be 2 2 2. So all of my 2s are used up by this. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 goes in the 3, 3 go in the 6. So this 2 2 has to go in the 6 somewhere. Then we have a 2 3 and a 2 6. So I think we're throwing out the 2 6 maybe. We can always swap these. Or the okay. We could also throw out what's connected to the 1. So anyway, the blank goes in here, and I think we proved a million times that that has to be blank 4, but yeah, because I don't have a 1 5. And so since the 1s are all used up by these, the 1 1 has to bridge the gap. It's not going to go here because we don't have a 1 5. So it's going to go here. This is going to use up a 1 and throw out its digit, the 4 or the 1. Well, this 1 has to go in the 3 somewhere. It just makes perfect sense to do 1 4. I'm repeating the same things that I've done, but I'm trying to do the forced dominoes only. The other option would be to do 1 3 like this, and then this would be 2 into the 9. The 1 4 would go here. I'm worried. I have an appointment that I have to get to. And I didn't think this was going to take this long. So this 2, do we have a 2 5? What do we have next to 2? We have 2 3 and 2 6. So 2 6 would go down, and 2 3 can't go into the 9, can't go into the 10. So that's broken. So I think that we do need to do the 4 1. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Do the 4 1 here, and then the 2 6 can go into the 10, and the 2 3 can throw out the 3. Go up there. All right, I have a 6 5 and a 6 3 left. One of the 6s, no, this is a 5. We have 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we can't put the 5 6 into the 7. So let's just throw out the 5 for now. I need a 4 in here. Our final 4, that's going to go into here. Now I do need a domino that adds to 4. That's the 1 3. No, I can't use the 1. It has to be this is the same issue I'm running into. I don't have 2s and I don't have 1s. How am I going to add the 3? So I think the 4 1 has to go here. No, the 1 is used by the 3. Maybe it does this. No, I need the 4 I need a 4 in here. Oh, okay, I have a 4 5. But this 6 has to throw out to the left. Unless, no, because if I do 6 3 here, this is blocked. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm really worried I'm gonna have to just like continue this later. Okay, just so I'm not rushed, I do have to leave for an appointment. I'm just gonna hit refresh here to get back to the main screen, and we'll continue after. All right, it's been several hours, but we had Lily's 15-month checkup appointment. Let's get back into this hard. All right, so it does remember my placements. I don't remember my placements, so we're gonna start over again, and I'm gonna make sure my logic's good because I liked the counting argument here. So let's just keep tabs here. We have 1 0, 1 2, 3, 4. We have 4 ones. How many twos do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 twos. So we know that the 0 is used in this one cage here. And I'm not even going to worry about orientations or what else is going on here. We're just going to sort of use this to count. So we know that the 2 cage then has to be 1, 1. And then we have to put a 1 here. So that's going to use up 3 ones. And then the 3 cage, the only way we're making 3 is 1, 2, because there's no zeros left. So this is going to use up a 1 and one of the final one and one of the 2s. We have 3 2s left. And I keep running into trouble trying to make this 2, 2, 2, but it has to be because now I don't have any zeros or ones left. So the very minimum I can put in each of these cells is a 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. So this uses up all of the 2s. So we have no more zeros, ones, or 2s available. So we got to figure out how they're getting placed. Let's just go through these again. I'm pretty sure that this is forced, but we're definitely not putting a 4 in a 2 cage. If we put a 4 here, we would need exactly a 1, 5, and there just simply isn't a 1, 5. There's a 1, 1, a 1, 4, and a 1, 3. And so, and we're definitely not doing it here. So the only place this domino can go is here, as far as I can tell. Now, we need a 1 in this cell and a 1 in this cell, and we don't have a 1, 5 to go up. So this is going to have to go left, which means it has to be the 1, 1. We've been pretty confident that this is forced, but just making sure. Now I need a 1 in here, and I need a 1 in the 3. My 2 ones are a 1, 3 and a 1, 4. Now this is just going to throw out whatever it's using. Now the question is, are we throwing out both of them? Are they interchangeable, or does the 1 go here? So I'm not sure yet, but we can keep in mind that we can't use these 1 dominoes anywhere other than here and in this 3 somewhere. Previously, I've been putting the 1, 4 here, but I'm worried that that might be the problem. All right, we know that the remaining... So there's a 2 in the 3 cage, and then there's also 3 2s in the 6. We don't have 3 2s if we don't use this 2, 2 in there. So this 2, 2 must go in there somewhere, either here or here. This doesn't work, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this might work. The only way this works, if you look, we're going to have, say, like a 1, 3 here, or the 1, 4. And then we'd have to put the 5, 5 like that. So that's an option that I guess we haven't considered enough, maybe. And so now 5, 6 can't go in the 7 because we do not have a 1. We also don't have a 2. So actually, without 1 and 2, the 7 is exactly 3 and 4. So we need to use the 5, 4 up. This is actually forced. And then this 3 is just throwing out its other digit, the 2, the 3, or the 6. So we don't need to place that yet. This 6 is throwing out its digit. The final 2 is a 2, 6. And so it's going to have to go left like this. If we do this like this. So now this... Oh, but the problem is we can't put a 6 in the 9 cage because it would have to be with a 1 and a 2. We're out of 1s and 2s. So we're not going to do that, which means all of that was forced. In fact, even if we go back to here, this is still forced. Because we're putting 2, 2, 2 in the 6 cage. So the 5, 4... Right, we said the 7 had to be 4, 3, so that we can't put the 5, 5 or the 5, 6 in it. So that's forced as well, because we don't have a 5, 2 to go left. So the 2, 2 is actually, we've proven it has to go here now. Pretty sure. But we're not putting a 2, 3 into the 10, so that's no good. Huh, so what am I missing about this? The 2, 2 has to go in the 6 fully because we don't have 3 2s otherwise. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to go fully in the 6. I suppose it... Well, no, it does because we used up... It can't cross into this 3. It can't straddle into that 3. This 3 is going to use the other 2. So there's clearly, obviously, something I'm not accounting for in this logic, but it feels so tight. Oh, I have a 2, 6. That was the issue. Okay. Now the 2, 3 is going to go somewhere up here in this 3 cage. I don't know where it's going. It really makes sense to do the 1, 4 across there, but let's think about the 9. Because we don't have 0, 1s, or 2s. So the minimum I can do is 3, 3, 3. So it has to be all 3s. Which means I have to use the 3, 3 in it. And then I have 3, 1, and 3, 6. So actually, I think I want... Ooh, I would love the 3, 1 to come down, but it can't. This middle cell is going to be used by the 3, 3. Oh, I have this 3 as well. The 2, 3. So would we be able to do the 2, 3 down? And then the 3, 4 could go. Wait, do we have a 3, 4? No. We have a 3. We have a 1, 3, and 6. Okay, this is a problem. I don't have a 4, 3 to go into the 9, and it has to with this orientation. In fact, I just have this 4, 1. I can't do 6, 4 in this 10 because we only have 2 4s. We have the 4, 1 and we have the 4, 5. There aren't. Oh, and we have the 4 blank, but the 4 blank is forced there. And so we know the 7 is 3, 4, and we know that so that uses up one of the 4s. This is the other. This 4 is forced, and this 4, 1 goes up in. Oh, okay. We can put the 4 in this cage. Okay. Let's see if this works, because we can go... Oh, no, sorry, we can't do that. If we try to do that, we isolate this guy. This has to go horizontal. So I think it has to be 5, 5. Now... What do we have attached to 2s? I wonder if I can still put the 3, 3 in here somewhere. I have 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 6. I really want to do this, but it isolates this cell. Problem is I don't have a 4. Okay, I need to use 5s. What do I have attached to a 5? I have a 5, 6 and a 5, 5. And that's it. This 5, 4 is forced here. So actually, the 5, 5 is going to end up in this 10, whether or not it's... And I don't... It can't branch out into the 6 or the 2 or the 9. So this just is forced to be 5, 5, which means the 3, 3 is forced here. So these are forced as far as I can tell. Which means the 2, 2 is actually forced here, which I tried. I must have messed something up. Now, I do have a 2, 3, but the problem is I can't do this. It isolates that cell. Oh, but the 2, 3 would go this way. Okay. Maybe I just missed something in this case when I tried it last time. This needs to be a 3, and we throw out its other digit. So we're throwing out a 6 or a 1. Let's just pick something. We can always move it. Now this 4, 1 goes into the 3. The 2, 6 goes up here. And the 1, 3, wow, okay, finally finished. Is that 37 minutes true? I assume it was paused when I refreshed. Holy cow. All right. So that took a while. Holy cow, that was a really hard one. All right, well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Friday, December 19th. Let's play. Melted marshmallow, for example. Not a s'more. I don't know. Misleading poker bet. A bluff. New Hampshire's is live or free or die, a motto. I don't know. What's the motto with you? Something stored in the cloud. Rain, water. Shade akin to khaki. Tan. Exhibit poor sportsmanship in a way. Gloat. A gel maybe? No, this is get out of town. I don't know. Much of the time. Often. Oh, it's a goo. Melted marshmallow is a goo. Okay, and this was BMW. High-end German automaker is BMW. The F of for what it's worth is 4. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's do Strands. Today's theme is on the chopping block. I don't know what's on the chopping block. Is it vegetables? Are we chopping? Oh, I see julienne. Julienne is a way to chop. I was going to try to get spanning on first, whatever. Is this making something? We can cube. Making the cut. Okay. Okay, so what we can cube, we can julienne, we can dice. It slices, it dices, it makes julienne fries. Two more. What are we missing? Sorry, slice, dice, cube, julienne. Mince. Yeah. So this is a long one. Obviously, it's hyphonedic. Chif. Edano. Onad Chif. Nothing's like popping out here. What's another way? Do I know this one? Chedianov. Feels like it's going to end in OFF. So then it would probably end in NOFF. I don't know. Does it? CH feels right, but chiffon. Oh, apparently that's just all it is. What is this? Chiffonade. Let's look this up. Define it. A preparation of shredded or finely cut leaf vegetables used as a garnish for soup. Chiffonade. This one I've never heard of. All right. Well, how'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is Symbol. I always start with Blaze and Symbol, and I'll explain what's going on here. So the clues are off to the side, and there's a reason for that. First of all, the symbols are different every time. Your symbols will even be different on the same daily. And so what's going on here is we need to decode what each symbol means. They're roughly equivalent, not exactly equivalent, but roughly equivalent to gray, yellow, and green in Wordle. But they work a little bit differently. So greens work exactly the same. They would mean that this A needs to be in the same spot. Gray is a little bit different because it means that none of the letters we guessed belong in that slot. So there's no B, L, A, Z, or E in here. Now I'm assuming this is green and this is gray. It may not be. But what we're going to do is we're going to guess a word with A in the middle, and we're going to omit all of B, L, Z, E. So, stink. All right, so we have proven that this is not the green because we did A again and we got a different symbol. So this is probably the yellow. Now the way yellows work is it means a different letter in our guess belongs in that slot. So in the middle, we need a B, L, Z, or E. I'm going to say the E probably, but that means that this green cube is actually green. It didn't have to be green. By the way, the colors kind of match today. They don't have to. That's a coincidence. So we probably start with ST. In fact, I think we've proven we start with ST. Then the middle letter is almost certainly the E because we need a vowel. I don't think we're doing STL or STB or STZ. And then the final letter, this is another yellow. The final letter is going to be an N or a K. We know it's not the A because otherwise this would have been a yellow when we guessed Blaze. It's got to be a letter that's not shared between Blaze and Stink. And then also it's not the ST because they were used by the greens. The clue can't use the same letter as each other. So that means that this last one actually has to be the N because the K would have been green. So we're forced to be STE something N. I see the word stern. All right, and that's it. Cool. I really like Symbol. The way of thinking about it really stretches your mind a little bit, and you have to decode the symbols and at the same time really kind of understand how they work. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Let's spin our bonus game wheel and see what we're going to play tomorrow. All right, it's Nathan Good's suggestion of Squirtle. So I always play the daily Squirtle when it comes up on the wheel. So as always, I'll include a link in the description. And that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.